Today's 4 Deep Sports Talk show is supported by PTU Clinic. Visit ptuclinic.com. Adria's Restaurant and Banquet Facility of East Bridgewater. For more information, their website is adriasrestaurant.net. And the Boston Athletic Academy at bostonathleticacademy.org.
Okay, welcome to 40 Sports Talk on 1320 AM Radio WARA. Today we'll have the Cal Ripken Commissioner, Mike Janicki, in. He's going to be calling in, give him a little bit of an interview. Got to figure exactly what the title would be for the Cal Ripken Commissioner.
Yeah, Dom is on assignment today. I guess he's working, and he did all text us who the guest is today, but we're not sure if he's the Eastern Mass Commissioner for Cal Ripken baseball, or is it Easton, Mass, the town?
I must have had like a eye cross like when I saw the text.
I wasn't sure
I thought
either.
it was Eastern.
Yeah, I know they use a regional commissioner is what it is, so I'm guessing Eastern instead of Easton.
Oh,
but
yeah?
Easton
Okay.
could make sense because assistant regional commissioner is what it is.
Okay.
So that would make sense.
All right. Well, you know what? When he calls in, we can ask him.
Yeah, exactly. We'll
What
ask
is
him
your
that.
official title?
Yeah.
After that question, we'll make sure we check in, see how the Cal Ripken Baseball League's actually doing, see like if the rankings, all that type of stuff. Dom wanted us to check that. Justin's out today too. He's not feeling the best. Hope that he'll be okay
hope
soon.
you feel better, Justin.
Yeah.
Man, we miss you today, but that's okay. I'm sure you'll be back next week.
No, exactly. The show's not going to be the same without the sports master in the
I
studio.
I know.
Yeah, we have Casey and Lucy though, so we're going to be all good today. We're just waiting for that phone call. And trying to think if there's anything else that's happened recently that would actually be like pretty
Well,
newsworthy for this.
I know there's playoffs going on.
Yeah, a lot of baseball
and
teams.
A lot of baseball. I know next week we're going to have Swansea Case High School head coach, Coach Dave Umschneider. I got it right. I got it
Nice.
right. And Brady Kudo, and I'm hoping Coach will bring in a couple players from Case High School, talk about their season and going forward, what's happening, for the upcoming season at Case High School. I know they went pretty far. We're going to highlight their high school sports over there. I don't think we've ever had that end of the state over there. Swansea, Somerset. I'm going to try to get Fall River in here as well. But we did have Keegan Hamblett in here last weekend, and he was pretty excited. He has a lot of connections over to Somerset. So we're going to try to get the Somerset coach and players hockey team from the Blue Raiders in Somerset in studio. And also the Case High School girls softball, Shannon and Olivia, Coach Shannon, in here as well. I know they're in tournaments. Last week, I believe they were in Connecticut for a softball tournament. She is part of AAU, so I know a lot of those championship games are going on. I don't know what else is happening. I know the Red Sox got clobbered last night.
Yeah, I could
Can you believe that?
I could not believe the score. I didn't
Yikes.
watch the game though.
They had 25 runs in one inning, I believe is what it was. That's
Holy
crazy.
cow!
Yeah, most ever runs in an
That's
inning.
crazy.
Insane.
And I heard an in-the-field park home run.
Grand Slam actually.
Grand Slam?
Was there a
Yeah,
grand
Lou
slam
was telling me that
Yeah.
this morning. Ay, ay, ay.
Dang.
Lou was out there doing errands, and before he left, he told me, they got clobbered last night. Oh, it's so sad.
No, even when you hear that, though, I don't think you expect a 25-run inning
No.
just from the other team, the Blue Jays against. That's crazy to see.
Right?
Yeah, I saw Blue Jays broke that record last night, and I didn't see who it was against at first. I thought that was pretty cool, and I saw the Boston Red Sox right under it. It was really sad to see. Yeah,
Very,
real
very sad.
disappointing.
But I'll tell you, I am looking forward to the Patriots and football. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Patriots are going to be really good this year. It's
man,
gonna
I
be nice
hope
to see.
so.
Yeah, I know the
hope so.
training camp starts sometime next week.
Yeah, training camp and preseason.
Is it
and then
next
we're-
week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo-wee.
Pretty sure there's like one more week with no more NFL football on for the rest of the year, something like that, because then we have training camp, then we have preseason, and then we have
Oh,
the
yeah.
actual season.
Yeah.
Ah.
When it-
So, how long do we have you, Joe?
Till August 26th.
26th.
Yeah, that's when we're going to
Okay.
Michigan State.
Oh my God, that must be so exciting.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. They have a thing called like Spartan Vision there, which is
Mm-hmm.
kind of like this, which should actually be pretty cool to do. Where it's kind of like interviewing athletes and then just
Nice.
reporting on the games and all that type of stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And when we get there, I have a couple interviews with like a couple D1 athletes, a wide receiver on the Michigan State football team. Then gonna get some
Wow.
of Tom Izzo's players.
Oh my
in there.
goodness.
Should
Oh
be
my
pretty
goodness. That should be quite awesome.
Yeah. Then right now, a lot of people are going to college like for their sports. I know a lot of people started training camp. There's one girl, Kate Franchino from CSU Fullerton, went like beginning of July, I'd say, or end of June.
Really?
Yeah, really early for their training camps. It's crazy when D1 athletes have to do for their school.
Oh my goodness.
Cam Fourier, Binghamton University for girls basketball.
Mm-hmm.
That's D1 already there. Multiple other D1 athletes are going out. I have an interview with one of my friends, Robert Pomerant, before he goes out. He's going to Stonehill College, which
Nice.
is D1 now.
Yeah.
So pretty insane. I had a conversation with him because I interviewed him for the first ever episode of the Jodas Hour. And at that point, his college was still D2. And it was still impressive, but then it switched to D1, and it kind of bumped up another notch. It was pretty cool. I ended up being a full D1 athlete after that.
Wow. So explain how you go from D2 to D1. Is
Yeah.
that enrollment or is that what is that?
So I think for the schools, it's a little bit probably size of enrollment, but also level of competition that they're facing. Because when a school is like outperforming the division that they're put in, they kind of have to change divisions, or it's going to be one powerhouse controlling the entire Division 2.
Oh, so it's more of a competitive state, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's a mix of competitive and enrollment, like you said, where it's, you have to have a certain amount of people in the school to be Division 1, but they might have just passed that threshold, but I'm guessing also a little bit of the competitiveness from their last season schedule and stuff like that lined up to them being put in there this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Do you know any other kids going out?
Yeah, there's a lot who are going like D2, D3. I'm trying to think if there's any more D1. What's shocking is there's a couple swimmers from VN who went D1. Like,
Swimmers?
yeah, they actually record breaking
Wow.
stuff. Like Ryan Shute, he doing a really good job. Trying to remember, he might be going to Bryant is what it is, which is D1 for swim. And there's a lot more athletes, though. A lot of the D2, D3 schools, what's nice is their training camp doesn't start till like end of August, mid-August.
Mm-hmm.
Division 1 you would not expect to start right at the end of July or June.
Definitely not.
No, because
Wow.
I feel like that's way too early to actually have a full conclusive end of the summer. But it's definitely for the best because they need that full month to train and actually meet their team before the school year starts.
Right. But you also have to think that transition is awfully tough.
Yeah, and it's sped up a
So
lot.
Yeah, so that's probably why they're going out this early.
Yeah, the thing I think for the reason that happens, I'm guessing what it is they want, since you're getting thrown out of such a comfortable zone that you've been in your entire life, they want the people that you connect to immediately to be the other college students on your team. So that kind of forces the chemistry. Because if all you are going through the same, it's trauma sharing basically, where if you're going through the same hard thing, then you're going to be a lot more connected at the end of it. And if you don't do that until after everyone's already moved into college and they're all experienced at the same time, I don't think that'll happen.
Ah.
Yeah, so I'm guessing
that's a good
that's the
idea.
reason.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, if you want to call in, it's 508-222-1320. That is the phone number for the call right now. We're currently waiting on Mike Janicki for the Cal Ripken baseball commissioner. Yeah, see how that goes when he calls in. We still got about 4 minutes until the break, so we got a little bit of time to fill.
Okay.
Casey, anything going on for you right now? You got anything cool going on?
How's your summer going?
Summer's so far so good.
It's pretty hot, huh?
Oh yeah, it's
Craziness.
yeah. I can't even tell you how hot it is.
Yeah. Casey, you're wearing a Celtics shirt right now. Obviously, you got
Oh,
Marcus
yeah.
Smart on there. But
Yeah.
the summer league just ended, and the Celtics actually had a really good showing there. J.D. Davidson did a
Oh,
really
yeah.
good job. He was our second-round draft pick. He did an
I
amazing job.
heard he actually might like get bumped up to like the main roster.
Yeah, there's a good
Yeah.
chance after his summer league, he's probably either getting signed to at least a two-way contract or a split time between G League and the NBA, or a full NBA contract, which would be awesome to see.
Maybe a full NBA contract.
Yeah, I'd be happy for him because we have a lot of young talent already. It's going to be really good to build on top of
Yeah,
that.
because I'm pretty sure Jason Tate. That's what happened to Jason Tatum when he was drafted.
Oh, when he played in the summer league, he just went really good and then ended up making the roster.
That's my guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. But the impressive thing for J.D. Davidson is that he was a second-round pick instead of Jason Tatum being like third overall pick.
Right.
So he's like pick number 45 being able to show himself in the summer league. The fact that he's actually
Davison?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
The fact that he showed himself that good is insane. Like second-round picks don't get signed to contracts usually.
Yeah.
But no, he's almost fully secured that. The Matt Ryan ended up scoring the He actually hurt his ankle scoring a game-winning three-pointer in the final seconds. It was a buzzer beater. But it looked like he snapped his ankle at one point. He didn't get hurt at all, luckily. But at first, it looked like it was the most insane buzzer beater where he fully broke his leg trying to do it. Still got about 2 minutes right now. The Celtics also had Malcolm Brogdon this offseason. Then Danilo Gallinari looked really good, I believe. Malcolm Brogdon's only got 1 year left on his contract. The only real thing they have to worry about is the injuries because he has missed games in the last couple seasons. But if he's not injured, which he shouldn't be since he's going to be a bench player on this team instead of being a starter, I think that's actually going to really work well because he's going to be leading our second unit. Not going to have as many minutes, and if he does have as many minutes, it's not against his high-end competition because against the bench instead of the starters. I think that's really going to help the team improve a lot this year.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. Looking really forward to that. It's going to be a great season for Boston sports.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So what happens when you go out to Michigan State? Are you always going to be a New England sports fan?
Yeah, I can't switch to a Pistons fan. The Pistons got Jaden Ivey, though, and they got Jalen Duren this year. And they're going to be really good next year compared to last year. But you still can't switch to Detroit sports at that
Of
point.
course not.
Can't be a
Of course
Lions
not.
fan either. That would not be fun.
Well, I remember the first time we went out to training camp with my kids, and they were maybe 7, 8 years old. Now, mind you, my kids are in their 30s now. We went to training camp. It was a really hot day, and Ben Coates was on the team from Michigan State. He had on his Michigan State shirt, and I thought I got to get a picture of him with the kids, and I did. And I'm like, oh my God, I love Ben Coates. I'll tell you, if he's out there and he's some sort of listening to us, I got to tell you, thank you, Ben. That was like the highlight of one summer with my 2 little kids.
That's awesome. There's
Yeah,
Spartans all around.
yeah.
They're all in hiding. That's
That was
really
fun.
cool. One big thing is one of the most famous Spartans right now from Michigan State is Draymond Green, who just beat us in the finals. So yeah, it hurts a bit. Had to watch that the entire time and realize that's like the school I'm going to.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we are ready for our first break for 40 Sports Talk. You can call in at 508-222-1320. That is 508-222-1320. When we return, we should have the Cal Ripken Regional Commissioner in, Mike Janicki. We'll see how that goes, and we'll be right back after this.
Hi, this is Megan Chase of Jack Conway Real Estate. Jack Conway has been providing top quality real estate professionalism since 1956. I take personal pride to ensure that my clients are happy with the services I provide. It is my job to make sure that you are fully involved and fully informed and have all the information to make the right real estate decisions for you and your family. Please feel free to reach out to me. I would love to be a resource for you. I can be reached at 774-240-7707 or via email at mchase@jackconway.com. I'm always happy to assist you with your real estate needs.
Hello, this is Manny Del Carmen from the 2007 World Series champion Boston Red Sox.
World champs again.
A sports analyst for NESN. Along with my best friend Jose Diaz, we grew up in the city of Boston, a city that we truly love. Jose and I have always talked about giving back to the youth within our city. Therefore, we created the Boston Athletic Academy to move our passion to action. Our goal is to develop future student athletes of Boston by providing a safe location to offer educational and athletic needs. We are taking the next steps and looking forward for your support to reach our goal. Please visit the BostonAthleticAcademy.org for more information. Let's make a difference because success has no boundaries.
Hello and welcome back to 40 Sports Talk on 13 AM WARA. We should have Mike Janicki calling in from the Cal Ripken Baseball League. We got a call during that commercial break. Tried putting on hold and ended up losing the caller. Let's hope that they call back. If you do want to call back, that is 508-222-1320. That is 508-222-1320. We are now back from the radio break for a little bit of ads, so we're going to continue up the time. Unfortunate that the 2 phone calls came in when we were on commercial break, so we can actually talk to them. Hopefully we'll get them back, though. So, let's see. Got about 11 minutes here, so we still got a lot of time for people to call in.
Hopefully you'll call back. Hopefully that was you.
Yeah, hopefully that was Mike Janicki.
Yeah.
But, yeah, just trying to hold the call during the break. Couldn't obviously turn it up.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, it should be okay.
Do you remember how to answer it when?
Oh, yeah, we fully know how to
Okay.
answer. It's just during a commercial
Alright,
break, you don't
yeah.
want the voice playing over the actual commercials.
Yeah, we thought we had him on hold, but that's okay.
Yeah, what I'm guessing it
problem.
was he called and
So
he heard
Mike,
only commercials.
please call back. Please
Yeah.
call back if that's you.
Yeah, exactly.
If not, it could be Dom.
Oh, that's true. It could be Dom. But yeah, whoever I'm calling, 508-222-1320 is the number to call. Still have a lot of time left in the show. But
Yes. What else is going on?
While we're killing time, I'm gonna go on to.
oh, there we go. Okay.
This must be the call.
Oh,
phone call is back
yay,
in.
Thank you.
Okay, caller, you are on 1320 AM radio on 40 Sports Talk. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good today. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Is this Mike Janicki I'm talking to right now?
It is.
Okay, nice. We have Mike Janicki from the Cal Ripken Baseball League on to talk to us now.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike. Thanks
Thanks
for joining
for
us.
calling.
Thanks for your patience also. We kind of lost you during break, but that's okay.
All right. Well, we're good. Glad to be here.
So, Coach, can you clarify what your title is?
Well, I'm the Eastern Massachusetts Cal Ripken State Commissioner for the Eastern Massachusetts.
It's
And
Eastern,
Eastern.
That's what we
not the
thought,
town
yeah.
of Easton. It is Eastern.
Yeah, I thought about Eastern
Yeah.
at first, but
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we're big enough in the scheme of things in Massachusetts where we have so many teams that are playing that we dissect the state in half. We have the eastern part, which is basically the 495 belt going out to Cape. And then we consider anything west of 495 all the way to the New York border as western Massachusetts.
Ah, okay.
We are one of the larger states in the country with the number of teams and kids that are playing Cal Ripken.
So, Coach, you said Massachusetts is one of the higher states in the countries for kids playing baseball now?
It is between Florida and Massachusetts. Some years we have more players than they, and then some years they have more players. So it's a kind of an ongoing seesaw type of thing. But throughout the nation, most people realize that Massachusetts and Florida are the biggest bastions of Cal Ripken baseball.
Yeah, I think the fact that we can even rival Florida with baseball is pretty insane to see because Florida obviously has 24/7 all year round good weather for baseball. We only really have spring and summer, so the fact that's even close is kind of mind-blowing.
Well, it's a testament to the people that are involved, the volunteers, the league structures and organizations that provide the getaway for the kids and the parents and provide a good outlet for them. They want to just keep playing and keep coming back. So it's a good thing.
Yeah, no, 100% a good thing. Obviously, people have seen baseball become a little bit of a lost art at certain points. It is nice to see that it's still being kept alive by the Cal Ripken League at lower ages. So, as you called in, I wanted to start off first with asking, how is the Cal Ripken League looking right now, and what teams are really standing out at the moment?
Well, currently we are just concluding our tournament trail for the up to the regional level. So therefore, what that means is basically we have already been through our local district tournament trail, and then from the local district we expand out into the state, and we've already completed that trail, and then we're in the New England regional tournament trail, and we're just about completed with that, and we have some teams that are proceeding on to World Series competition in the next week or two. So we're winding down the tournament trail, but it's the exciting part of the year for a lot of lucky kids.
do you know what teams will be in the championship round? This is Catherine Conley, a.k.a. KC, speaking.
Hi, Catherine. Is it Kathleen or Catherine?
Catherine.
Catherine. The teams that have progressed so far are in the 12-year-old 70-foot division. The team from Fairhaven Acushnet just won the New England Regional Championship tournament down in New Milford, Connecticut. on Thursday, and they will be moving on to Branson, Missouri, play in the World Series, and they arrive on the 5th of August is when the teams arrive. So they're on their way. In the 10-year-old division, the team from Milton, Massachusetts, was the champion of the New England region, and they will be heading to a town in southern Indiana called Vincennes, 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 Indiana, for the 10-year-old Cal Ripken World Series. In the other age groups that we have the 9-year-old, we have the 11-year-old 60-foot tournament trail, and the 11 70-foot tournament trail. All those teams will play in Jensen Beach, Florida, if they do wish. Okay, but we pay for all the teams from 12 and the 10-year-old. We pay for their transit down with their flights, and we give them well-discounted hotel rooms, and it's quite an event and an experience for the 10s and the 12s. This year in New England, we are hosting the 12-year-old 60-foot base path World Series in Waterville, Maine, and that will be starting in the first week of August also. And teams from all over the country will be descending upon Waterville for a chance at a World Championship crown. But we're pretty busy in Massachusetts.
That's right. That's for sure. Now, is this the one Dom is going to? Umpiring?
Yes.
Do all your
Yes.
umpires?
Oh yeah, he did. He
from
did
the
say he
state?
was going.
So
yeah.
which one's he going to?
I think he's got
Indiana?
the Indiana one, yeah.
Yeah?
He's going to Vincennes. He has been. This will be his third World Series, I do believe, as an umpire. He started out in Phoenix City, Alabama.
Oh,
And
right.
then
I remember
last-
that one.
Last year he was in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida,
Yep.
Oh yeah.
and now this year he's going to what I consider probably the best host World Series site in the country,
Really?
Vincennes.
Nice.
This will be Vincennes' 7th World Series that they're hosting.
Oh, wow.
Now, would you say it's the best host for the World Series because of the location and how basically the surrounding areas, or is there something about the entire area that just stands out to you when you actually
Or
look
the
at it?
facility or whatever.
Well, it's actually both, and I'll explain that. Vincennes has a unique type of situation where they have like stadium seating and for the spectators type thing, but they are extremely over the top when it comes to their youth baseball structure in most of the Midwest cities. And what we try to do at the Babe Ruth League is when we select the sites for our World Series, we like to select a small town, community-based site. So when we go there for our World Series, we're what's happening in that whole area. Not like going to Los Angeles or New York or Chicago where there's 1,000 events going on in the 10 days that we're there. But small town America is where we like to take our World Series.
Sort of like a field of dreams there, right?
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt. And Vincennes is just the epitome of the welcoming attitude and the spirit of cooperation and just goodwill everywhere. That's why we love going there. So Dom is in for a treat when he goes to Vincennes, and so will all the other participating teams. From Eastern Mass, we're going to have a team from Milton that's going to be going down there. So they're in for a treat also. Yeah, good stuff. The 12-year-olds, 70-foot from Fairhaven, Acushnet, the New England Regional Champions, they're going to the Baseball Parks of America down in Branson, Missouri.
Oh wow.
It's touted as one of the best sports baseball destination sites in the country. They're very special down in Branson. Great facilities, great hosts, and there's so much for other people to do, siblings and parents, and there's amusement parks and just a whole bunch of stuff. So they're in for a treat also.
Yeah, picking out venues and actual locations was not a job I had really thought of that had to be thought of for commissioners throughout that league, obviously, Cal Ripken. It's really smart to think about the actual aspect of having a big city where there's simultaneous events going on. Attention's going to be taken away from the kids at that point, and neglecting those in turn for actual more, I'd say, solidarity based communities where they're actually combined together and supporting what's going on in their town.
Right.
I think that is definitely the best option to go with that one.
Without a doubt, our experience is exactly that. And it's more of a hometown atmosphere, and it has that, as you use the term, solidarity. That truly is what forms relationships that continue for decades. I know people that who are 10-year-old players and 12-year-old players who their host families, when they traveled many years ago, they invite them to their weddings. They send Christmas cards still all these years later. It truly embraces a special togetherness between these kids and the whole local town. They never forget it. It's a focal point of their lives. You know what I mean? The kids will now, after they experience the World Series, everything is going to be based upon when that World Series happened. Okay, well, let's say, did I break my shoulder before the World Series or after the World Series? Things like that. So it becomes a focal point of their world, and it stays there pretty much for, we hope forever.
Yeah.
We try to make the experience a memorable one forever.
No, from what I can tell, it sounds like an experience that they never forget. That's definitely going to stick in their mind. Well, Coach, we are coming up with our second break of the show. Can we hold on to you real quick after these commercials?
Sure.
Okay, nice. We'll be right back with the Cal Ripken Commissioner, Mike Janicki. We'll be right back after this. 4D Sports Talk. If you want to call and ask any questions, it's 508-222-1320. That is 508-222-1320.
Welcome to Physical Therapy U. I'm Kelly Duggan, Doctor of Physical Therapy and the owner of PTU Clinic.
Here at PTU, you're more than a patient and we're more than physical therapy. We offer massage, physical therapy, occupational therapy, personal training, and sport-specific performance training. We treat people and athletes of all ages and all levels of experience. Our beautiful 4,500 square foot facility located at 75 Scotland Boulevard in Bridgewater, Mass. is unlike any clinic you've seen. Our large space, along with our new COVID guidelines, allow us to treat you in the safest way. Your success in meeting your goals is our top priority. Whether you're recovering from a surgery or you're elevating your performance, we are the right clinic for you. Call us at 508-697-2000 or email us at ptuclinic@gmail.com. Check out our website at www.ptuclinic.com.
Okay, welcome back to 40 Sports Talk on 1320 AM Radio WARA. Today we have the Cal Ripken Eastern Massachusetts Regional Commissioner Mike Janicki in with us today. We are back from our second break of the show. This is Joe Des on the mic, running the board right now. We've got Catherine Conley, a.k.a. KC, on the mic over there, and Lucy Cabral just joined with us.
Paparazzi,
Yeah,
yes.
paparazzi, exactly.
So our sports master is out today. That's Justin, and we're hoping for a quick recovery from him. I'm sure he'll be back in studio next week, as well as Dom. Dom is working today, so I appreciate you calling in, Mike, and giving us a highlight of the Eastern Mass Cal Ripken League. World Series, what's coming up? Finally figured out that Dom is going to Indiana, so now I get it. So, Mike, can you tell us a little bit about the difference between Cal Ripken and high school baseball?
Well, that's a pretty big difference between the two. First of all, the high school baseball is played on a larger diamond. It's played on a 90-foot base path size diamond, which is the same base path as a major league Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees, Worcester Woot Sox, and all the single, double, and triple A affiliates. So it's a big diamond, and the big diamond can be intimidating to a lot of 13-year-old kids who basically have not really developed that strength in their arms and legs and stuff like that to be able to function efficiently on a 90-foot diamond. It's a long throw from shortstop, pole, or third base, and even for a catcher on steal attempt. So it can be intimidating. So the high school age level has allowed the bodies to mature a little bit and to grow a little bit more than the Cal Ripken division, which ends at 12 years old. So, most of the high school kids that are playing are 15, 16 years old, so they've had a little bit extra time to develop physically, that type of thing, to handle the bigger field. That's the single most major difference. We have tried to cut that whole stretch down a little bit by offering a 70-foot base path field size versus what we've done for 50 years prior to that, at having a 60-foot base path size. So we're trying to expand the ability for a 12-year-old kid, as such as a catcher, as I say, to throw that ball down to second base on a steal attempt, or a shortstop or third baseman thrown across the diamond on a 70-foot level, gets him more prepared for the 90-foot level eventually, that if they continue playing, that's what they're going to face in high school. So we feel that our kids are a little better positioned to take on that major transition over to the 90-foot base path type field. So that's a huge difference.
Yeah, no, that makes complete sense. It sounds kind of like you guys use that league as more of a aid to transition into the bigger leagues, obviously, as you were mentioning. So from what I was hearing, though, trying to decipher the best way to word this in the actual questioning, but the main difference you would say between the high school level and Cal Ripken is just the actual preparation and time given to that transition from Little League to the high school level, would you say?
Pretty much. I mean, it's a matter of strength and body strength and stuff like that. That's why we always, again, youth baseball, 12 and under, was always played on a 46-foot pitching mound to home plate dimension and a 60-foot base path dimension. Therefore, the term the 46-60 field. Then we felt that we needed to encourage kids to continue to play on as they're 13. So we instituted, when Cal Ripken took part in Babe Ruth League structure, and we structured Cal Ripken, we wanted to offer that 70-foot base path and the 50-foot pitching distance. So it's a little longer in the pitching to home plate, and it's a little longer run from home plate to first, and then first to second, second, third, so on. So it offers the pitcher now to pitch from a stretch when you're playing on the 70-foot diamond, which the kids really like playing. They can take a lead where you cannot take a lead on a 60-foot diamond. So you learn how to take a lead, and then a secondary lead, and then steal a base, and then catch a throwing down. It's more like real baseball, which they will be playing in high school. So it's a preparatory type of thing again. And as I said earlier, physical strength becomes apparent when you jump to the 90-foot field. You know, there's not a lot of 11-year-olds that can play on the 90-foot field. There are much more 12-year-olds that can play on the 90-foot field. But not all of them, that's for sure. You know.
No, exactly. From what I could tell, Coach, from what you said, is it definitely seems like what you guys did is you trying to change it from one massive leap in a young athlete's career, moving obviously from the smaller field to the much bigger field, kind of making it just a couple more smaller steps instead of just one massive jump.
And that's true. And also, more importantly, is we're trying to keep the kids playing baseball. Okay? We don't want them to drop out of that whole function of playing baseball and being part of a team and learning team concepts and sportsman-like concepts. We want them to continue playing on after they're 12-year-old and even and so on, all the way through high school. So it makes the development stage a little bit easier and less intimidating for the kids. I've seen where you got a 12-year-old kid that may be pretty good in the, little league field size, but when it gets up to the 90-foot, it's intimidating. And so this transition of the 1270, which we offer, is significantly better in preparation for kids playing on. So, and it does. It keeps the kids playing, and that's what we want to do. We want to keep the kids playing organized sports.
So, Coach, I have a question then. So how would you associate AAU teams or league with the Cal Ripken League? Are they basically the same in comparison, or are they another support, system to get to the Cal Ripken League?
Well, I've been doing this for an awful long time. And before AAU ever became what they are now, years ago, we were all community-based organizations.
Right.
Okay? That meant that if you lived in a certain area, that's where you played baseball, in your town.
Mm-hmm.
And if you had a small town, maybe two towns would combine to make a league type of thing. So the Cal Ripken division of Babe Ruth League is definitely a community-based organization. We want kids that go to school together, that live in the same neighborhood, town, to play baseball. We feel that that's probably the best developmental structure going forward to teach them the concept of
community and playing with your hometown,
sure.
friends and
Yep. Where AAU is strictly into playing baseball and learning the game and competition, and to me it's all about it's not all about, but a lot more emphasis is placed upon winning.
Yeah.
And
okay.
in the AAU situation, because nowadays as a parent, you're playing a community-based type thing with Cal Ripken. Is your kid ever going to sign a contract with a major league team? Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? AAU seems to be structured a little bit more into developing the special kids to go even further. But I got to be honest with you. Most kids that play Cal Ripken, they play AAU too. If they're talented like that, they'll play both. But when you put a community-based organization versus a club team side by side, they're two different worlds.
I'm sure they are. And I know that the AAU teams travel all over the place to get that winning percentage, so to speak.
They do. They do. I mean, there's a lot involved in the AAU teams. It's not community based, so it's all supported financially by the parents and stuff like that. So it's different structure.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing, to me, the same thing applies in both. Play the game the right way. You play it to have fun. If you win, you accept that. Courage in defeat and tolerance, modesty in victory. That's what we try to develop into our players. You're not going to win every game. You're going to make mistakes. Well, it's what you do with those mistakes. It's what you do with when you beat another team. How you act and react. That's important to us. Not the one who lost the column. No, we try to structure our program that way.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying all that.
Yeah.
Well, it's tough,
It is tough. It is tough. When my kids were going through Little League Baseball, in our little town in Rhode Island, had no idea what these AAU teams were, and there was a Cal Ripken team in town, as well as I remember a Johnny Mack league, all kinds of leagues. And, they didn't want to go any further. They pursued other, things. However, they're in their 30s now. And I remember quite a bit from my husband coaching. And, I used to go down there and sing the national anthem before all the games. And it was we were both very, very active, announcing, scoring, you name it. But it is quite the experience when you go into other leagues, because they're all different. And it's a lot of community support, which sometimes in the bigger cities you don't get that. But in the smaller towns you do. And it's just amazing how kids react to that.
Well, I commend you for your volunteer spirit from whatever town it is in Rhode Island that you were from.
Thank you. It was Riverside Little League, a part of East Providence, Rhode Island.
Right. Well, I know of Riverside Little League. I was a Pawtucket boy, so I was just over the line, so to speak, in Darlington.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was many years ago.
That's okay. Actually, just last week, I heard one of our players from East Providence got drafted by the Kansas City Royals. And kudos to Ben Sears out there. He's in East Providence, Riverside Little League boy, and he's on his way. So kudos.
Very good. Excellent. You like to hear those kind of stories.
Absolutely.
And it does happen, and it's very fortunate to the individual when it does, because it is rather rare in community-based organization baseball here.
Sure is. Coach, we're going to take our final break. Can we hang on to you for a little bit more?
Sure, we'll do one more.
Great. Thank you very, very much.
Okay, this has been 40 Sports Talk with the Cal Ripken Regional Eastern Massachusetts Commissioner, Mike Janicki. We'll be right back after this. If you want to call in, it's 508-222-1320. That's 508-222-1320.
A popular destination, Adria boasts a breathtaking panoramic view of nature in all of its glory in each and every season. Upon visiting their 200-seat restaurant, you will see 3 distinctive areas. The lounge area includes their spacious 26-seat dining bar, high-top tables, and dining tables, all with viewing access to 7 high-definition televisions and 3 Kino monitors. A second area set apart from the lounge offers booths and tables to accommodate every member of the family. The third area, a few steps down and separated from the main restaurant by windows, is known as the Fairway Room. It is surrounded by a wall of windows offering not just a fabulous view, but a feeling of serenity and tranquility. It is a favorite spot for lunch, dinner, and functions. It is perfect for a romantic dinner, a casual family gathering, business meeting, or any large group for that special occasion.
Hello and welcome back to 40 Sports Talk on 1320 AM Radio WARA. We currently have the Eastern Massachusetts Regional Commissioner, Mike Janicki, on with us. Are you still there?
I am.
Okay, nice. We have just a couple minutes left of the show. Gotta get a few final questions in with the commissioner before we let him go. So before the break, we were talking about Ben Sears getting drafted by the Kansas City Royals. How many years have you fully been involved with the Cal Ripken Association, would you say, Coach?
Well, I've been involved with the Cal Ripken division of Babe Ruth League since its inception in the year 2000. Previous to our association with the family of the Ripken family, we were formerly known as the Bambino division of Babe Ruth League, which started in 1984. Oh. And I have been involved in the Bambino division and the Cal Ripken division since 1987. So, a few years.
Wow. So I believe that would be about 30, I'd say 35 years, I believe. Yeah, 35 years. I'm making sure I didn't make a math error right there. It would have been embarrassing.
That's a long time. Good transition. I think, I've had the good fortune to have several meetings with Cal Ripken Senior, Junior, and Billy Ripken, who is very much part of the Ripken organization. I've had the good fortune to sit and talk with them over the years on a number of occasions about philosophies of kids playing baseball in the new millennium, you know what I mean? And they definitely have the right attitude and mindset on what a lot of these young kids need to be successful, not only on the sports diamond, but generally in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there are kind of two things I noticed when you've been talking about this league, and one of them obviously is the commitment to actually wanting players to continue playing the sport of baseball, because so many people talk about how they need to get more people playing it, but don't do anything to actually have affirmative action towards that happening. Obviously, your league's a lot different than that. But the other second main thing I noticed is you guys realize that not everyone's going to become a professional player, but they are all become men when they're older. So you need to train them to actually be good men instead of just good baseball players, which seems like is one of the main sole focuses for you guys.
Absolutely. That is the main focus of our whole existence is to develop into real, true citizens is what we use as our last line in our sportsmanship code of Cal Ripken baseball. So, yes, that's our ultimate goal, is to try to help develop kids to become better humans and citizens.
Yeah, Coach, that is easily the best way to do it, because no matter what, they're going to need those lessons when they're older in life. A lot of people look back at their coaches and sports figures in their life and realize that they were the ones who taught them the most about being a good person in their adulthood. And I believe that pushing that is actually going to help a lot for the future. And connecting back to what I was talking about earlier, though, Ben Sears, drafted by Kansas City Royals, wanted to ask you, over those about 35 years of service to the Cal Ripken League and the conjoined leagues around it, what would you say would be the player that stood out the most to you throughout those leagues, eventually had future success in baseball, but when you saw him play in those leagues, you kind of understand that there's probably something big coming in the future?
Well, I've seen many talented kids at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 play on the diamond, and they definitely have talent to play the game of baseball, but it's more than just playing baseball. It's how you carry yourself with your teammates, how you carry yourself with your coaching staff. Are you a good listener, as they say these days? Are you a teachable kid? I've seen kids with a tremendous amount of raw talent, but their heads are just not on the right way, and it hurts them. And I would never mention any names like that, but I see it happen. And when you see that, you try to offer, some suggestions to either the coaches or whatever. Say, hey, listen, this kid's got some potential. Tread lightly on him. How you go with him. Teach him the way to play the game, the finer points of the game. Teach him how to be a good teammate. Teach him how to be a good sportsman. That's the important thing, and that'll help develop his character. as he goes along. So Ben, I'm sure that coaches he probably enjoyed playing with, and maybe some coaches he really didn't enjoy playing with, because there are all different types of coaches out there. And in a community-based organization, sometimes the volunteer coaches really are nice guys, but they don't know what to do on a 3-2 pitch with 2 men on and 1 out, and your number 4 hitter up. Okay, so if you got a good coach that teaches you the fine points of the game and to teach you how to be a good sportsman, good teammate, that's a big plus. That's what we shoot for.
No, that was definitely the smartest thing to shoot for, actually training all those kids in that. Coach, I wanted to thank you on behalf of the entire team of 40 Sports Talk. Thank you for coming on the show, answering some of the questions they provided you, and giving more attention to the Cal Ripken League.
Well, I always love talking about the program because I truly believe it's a well-structured, organized teaching program to teach kids how to play the game and to become better people for it. And so anytime you would like to talk, I'm all ears.
Thank you so much, Coach. This has been the interview with Coach Eastern Regional. Gonna restart that one right there. I got tongue-tied for a second. The Cal Ripken Eastern Massachusetts Regional Commissioner, Mike Janicki. Thank you so much for coming on. This was a great interview today.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Do we have a minute left?
We have about 30 seconds.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to wait then. Thank you so much, Mike. And good luck out there. I was going to ask, which World Series are you going to?
Vincennes, Indiana.
You're going to Indiana with Dom?
I am.
Awesome.
Let's put it this way. He's coming with me.
Love it. Well, I hope you guys have a great time out there, and definitely report back to us.
And stay cool, too.
Thank you.
Thanks
Bye-bye.
again.
Okay, that will be all for today's episode of 4 Deep Sports Talk. We had the Eastern Massachusetts Regional Commissioner for the Cal Ripken League, Mike Janicki, in today. Hopefully next week we will have Dominic Demiano rejoining us, as well as Justin, the Sports Master. This has been Lucy Cabral, Catherine Conley, a.k.a. KC, and Joseph Verns, a.k.a. Jodez. Thank you for listening today.
Today's 4 Deep Sports Talk show is supported by PTU Clinic. Visit ptuclinic.com. Adria's Restaurant and Banquet Facility of East Bridgewater. For more information, their website is adriasrestaurant.net. And the Boston Athletic Academy at bostonathleticacademy.org.